The court date had been set, but the legal system really tries for mediation. Okay, fine with me. I walked into the mediation office with 4 attorneys from California and 3 attorneys from Texas. I had an entourage ready to fight for Matthew's rights as a human being. At first, both sides of the lawsuit were all in one room together, and the video was shown. This would also be the first time I would be able to see it. All the depositions and all the interviews from me, my family, my boss at the time, and Matthew's counselor, he had been seeing for years. There were many things I didn't know that happened. I wrote down so many times, finding out things I really didn't want to know, but I needed to know. On the video, the medical expert said that anyone with any type of outdoor training, especially in this extreme heat and humidity, would have known how absolutely dangerous this was. It was critical to get him emergency care at the very first symptoms. His words were that these actions were obscene, and making him continue to carry on and then collapsing in this type of heat is what killed him. He was wearing heavy khaki jackets, long sleeve green undershirts, khaki pants, wool knee socks, and boots. One of the field instructors confessed to throwing water on Matt and telling him he knew he was faking and to get up. He'd wait a few minutes and do it again. When asked if he thought, in the deposition, when asked if he thought Matt was faking when the snoring sound started, he said that, yeah, he did. He rolled Matt over, told him to get up. Matt opened his eyes. They rolled around, and they shut again. That was when he thought something might be wrong. That's when the field medic was called. Everything took so long. Matt had no choice of survival due to their lack of training, compassion, and effort on their part. At the end of the 40-minute video, there wasn't a dry eye in the room from either side. Aspen did not want to go to court. I was told this case was going to be settled. So back and forth, I kept saying no, even as I was advised that this was the best offer. Offer? Is there an amount of money that's going to make this better? No, there isn't, but I knew at some point I would have to settle so I could talk about the horrendous things that go on at these types of camps. There is so much more to Matthew's story, and I'll be more than happy to answer any question after the meeting. In the state of Texas, residential treatment centers are not required to have a registered nurse on staff unless they have 25 or more kids. This is unacceptable to me. There are changes that need to happen, and I believe they can happen with the right structure in order to protect the child and inform the parents daily of everything going on with their child. My son is dead, and there's nothing I can do about that, but I'll be damned if he died in vain. These are our kids, our future. No one should have to go through the hell I have been through and deal with every day of my life. For those of you who have not lived through losing a child due to negligence, you just cannot imagine what it feels like unless you have lived through it, walked through it, and deal with it every day of your life. Thank you for your time.
I want to thank the 5 panelists that spoke this morning. We probably don't have time for too many questions. We are going to have a break in a few minutes. If somebody has 1 or 2 burning questions you'd like to raise, please put up your hands. Otherwise, you can talk with the panelists during the break. Any comments at this point? We know that it has been very difficult for all 5 of you to relive your experiences, but I assure you that your points were made. You have made clear just what can go wrong. These presentations have raised all kinds of questions in the minds of people in the audience, I'm sure. what to do to remedy such a serious problem, how do we differentiate a good program from an abusive program, how to ensure that programs have regulations and oversight, how to help parents make choices for their families, how to have services available that don't require residential placement, and more. And after the break, we're going to hear from Gregory Coots from the GAO, and then the last panel will attempt to provide some direction and answers for some of these questions. Thank you.